Welcome back to the show, everybody. Got a really great program today. We're going to talk about how XRP is accumulating the cross-border money movement. Watch out, everybody. An $82,000 plus charge for a $1.18 Bitcoin transaction. What the? And could we see XRP in the $10 to $20 range in the next 30 to 60 days? Let's roll that beautiful intro and find out. Here we go.
This is Digital Perspectives with Brad Kimes. Subscribe for new content notifications. Now, here's Brad Kimes. Come on in.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. You can follow me on Twitter at BackupBradley above at the top of the screen and everything that we're talking about here today. Let's go ahead and get into this thing. Bitcoin taking a breath today at $23,544. That's exciting because it hit over $24,000, currently ranging right now between $24,038 and $23,130. Well, there's a swing there, isn't it? About $1,000 swing, damn near. I tell you, that would flutter my heart. Anyway, let's talk about another thing that can flutter your heart. This comes from Michael Val 5 Link. Shout out to you, my friend. An extremely unlucky Bitcoin user has just thrown away $82,082 at the time of writing the article. 3.49 Bitcoin were charged in a transaction of $1.18 of Bitcoin. What? When I go into this, it says, and it's very short and quick, we'll go through this, but we should know this. An extremely unlucky Bitcoin user has just thrown away 3.49 Bitcoin at 82,000 plus. It says BTC.com, one of the largest mining pools in the world, ended up pocketing the mammoth-sized fee. As reported by U.Today, it says a similar accident occurred last month. Was it an accident? With someone shelling out $47,000 worth of Bitcoin just to send $194 worth of it. Wow, that seems practical. Naturally, the odd transfer, full disclosure here, by the way, I do hold some Bitcoin. It's not enough to change my life, but I wish I did. I wish I did have 1,000 or so of them, but I don't. But but this is a problem. Okay, let's just keep going. Naturally, the odd transfer also raised a suspicion that someone was laundering money in such a way. One Reddit user suggested that the incident is meant to things more plausible. If you accept it as a fee, then it's clear what you got paid for, and the accident of overpaying the fee can be blamed on just that. It is plausible that somebody made a mistake and paid $83,000 in fees on the transaction. It is not plausible that someone paid you $83,000 without an explanation for what they're paying you for. Money laundering. Good old-fashioned money laundering is the suggestion here. Lucy got some splaining to do. We all just found out that the U.S. Treasury is proposing that there's no anonymity anymore, right? So this kind of hubbub going on back and forth is about to have a regulator in between it going, we'd like to talk to you about that transaction if you could. I hope you made coffee because we brought donuts. That is not good. That is not a legitimate marketplace. I see trouble coming there, but I also see it getting worked out, right? Let me just be clear on that too. So I'm hugely positive on Bitcoin long term, but this kind of business going on is going to get squashed. Now, coming back to the legitimate side of Bitcoin and what people are really seeing in it, let's talk about this for a second. Michael Saylor from MicroStrategy warns that companies like Tesla with billions of dollars in cash reserves should be racing to buy Bitcoin. If they don't, they stand to lose half that spending power in the next 3 years. You know what that means, right? He's calling for dollar debasement. Whatever the dollar's worth today, 90-some cents, 89 cents, or whatever it's valued at right now currently on the dollar Dixie. He's saying that over the next 3 years, it's going to lose half its value, so between 40 and 50 cents. Things that make you go, oh. Now this is something that I have to say that I feel is accurate. With all the money printing that's going on, the deliberate shutdown of the economy globally, right? and knowing everything that's going on, there has to be a pay the piper moment. And I would imagine that the next few years are going to be rather tough for almost everyone. So there's that right there. Let's keep this thing moving. So here we go. According to a report, Daily Hodl with regard to XRP, Dan Moorehead from Pantera Capital says, hold up. XRP is accumulating the cross-border money movement that everyone in the industry has been talking about for a long time. Well, let me tell you, this is exciting because Dan Moorehead from Pantera Capital is no joke, buddy. Let me tell you that right now. In a recent interview, the founder of co-CIO and CEO blockchain-focused firm Pantera Capital Management talked about XRP, and this is a big point here. He says, and I'm going to read the whole part here. It says, XRP is accumulating the cross-border money movement that everyone in the industry has been talking about for a long time. Currently, blockchain-enabled cross-border money movement from the United States to Mexico is getting close to 10% of all of that very important $25 billion remittance corridor. So it's a huge success for our industry for a use case that's really making people's lives better. Bingo, bingo, bingo. See, Dan understands what's coming just like I understand what's coming, and I hope that all of you are understanding what's coming. And it's an inflection point of use case utility. And if the token you're invested in doesn't have one, SpaghettiOs. You got marbles in your pocket. And that's about what it'll amount to. If it doesn't have a use case, you'll be shucking it back and forth with a buddy of yours like marbles. This is what we're coming to. This is what all the regulatory clarity is about. So it can open the log jam on the regulation side so the actual tokens that have a use case can prove their self out. That's all we want for XRP, is the chance for us to be able to prove out that we can do what we say we can do. And it's already truly been proven in the example he gave with the MoneyGram partnership between the U.S.-Mexican corridor. Now, another key part to this is that he pointed out that 10% of all of that very important $25 billion remittance corridor. Why is all of that very important? Because it ain't going away. That's $25 billion this year. It's $28-30 billion next year. Yada, 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 so on year after year. Because remittances don't go away. So when you add that in, and MoneyGram increasing even more settlement through that corridor and all their corridors eventually when we get to clarity here, then you're going to see even better scenarios. Western Union, right? Azimo, and all these other remittance companies and payment providers out here begin to compete with one another using XRP all across the board between all the companies competing in the same corridors. And voila, we have a flywheel theory. But it ain't a theory, it's in motion. And the perpetual motion of that flywheel is the competition in the same areas of industry, in the same corridors, settling with the same asset. This will help drive the price and support a very high price organically. It's extremely exciting. All right, now we have some other news here, and the OCC has dropped a little something. It's the operating plan for the fiscal year of 2021. Very short, but let's take a look at it. Here's some of the key points here. Supervisory strategies for 2021 focus on credit risk management, commercial and residential real estate concentration risk management, allowance for loan and lease losses, and allowance for credit losses, cybersecurity operational resilience, Bank Secrecy Act, anti-money laundering, compliance management, compliance risk management, and Community Reinvestment Act performance, fair lending examinations and risk management, the impact of a low rate environment and preparation for the phase out of London interbank offering rate known as LIBOR. Yup, that's happening in 2021, and it's very, very exciting. I don't mind telling you. Now, how much of an impact will LIBOR and changing over to the SOFR rate, the secure overnight financing rate, how much of that will it have an effect on you and I and XRP? We don't know. It may be no effect. but it's something we should pay attention to in case it does, right? So that's really the gist here. We don't know what the full impact could mean, if any, but I think it's pertinent that we pay attention to it in case it should. No, none of us want to be blindsided. And if we are, we want to be blindsided with good news. But let's take a look here at just this little point in here. It breaks down inside the document, which is very short. We're only going to look at this section so you can breathe a sigh of relief. Bank preparation for the phase-out of London Interbank Offering Rate as a reference rate after 2021. So this is going to happen, including operational and consumer impact assessments and change management related to implementation and disclosure of an alternative index for pricing loans, deposits, and other products and services. It goes on to say, proper oversight over significant third-party relationships, including partnerships. Examiners should identify whether those relationships represent significant concentration in operations, bank resiliency, and other risks. Examiners should assess risk oversight over third parties' management and cybersecurity and resilience risk. It goes on to say, change management over significant operational changes. Examiners should evaluate governance over new technology innovation and implementation. Really? Including use of cloud computing, artificial intelligence, digitalization, and risk management processes, new products and services, and notable changes in strategic plans. Examiners will focus on change management over emergency programs in response to the pandemic, including CARES Act and pandemic-related operation conditions. So, listen, does this have any effect on us? Are they referencing in the OCC the potential new use of technology like the XRP ledger and blockchain network payment systems broadly? I think so. Does it say it verbatim? No. This is why I say this is something we should pay attention to, because we don't know exactly what it may yield. But again, Brian Brooks has been extremely forward in how he believes that the system and the entire new digital asset class should be overseen, at least from the purview of the OCC and the federally chartered banking system. So I think that this is something to watch out for, knowing that he sees blockchain, DLT, and crypto as payment networks. Very key thing to pay attention to. We will keep a very close eye on that. So now we do know globally, internationally speaking, the World Economic Forum, I covered it here yesterday, that they are highlighting many different coins in the space, one of which was XRP. And they supported the idea and understanding from the World Economic Forum that XRP broadly is really about cross-border settlement. We all know this, but I'm just making the point that this is not just domestically here at home in a conversation happening with Brian Brooks and no one else. This is happening across the world, recognizing what the real-life example of the partnership from Ripple and MoneyGram has yielded. And I believe you're going to see that become not only that live litmus test, but a springboard and a catalyst when we get the regulatory clarity that we need for many, many businesses and banks from different sectors of the world and areas of industry join the network and the ledger for use of settlement. There's no doubt about that. I believe that. 57 cents is where we are this morning with our feet planted firmly on the ground. That's where we're at. And listen, it can go anywhere. You know, look, I'm not shy about this. I'm here for 4 and 5 digit XRP. That's what I'm here for. But I love price action when it's going up. Hell, I love buying a dip. So I like price action when it goes down too. You know, I'm going to say this on the channel, and I'll probably get beat up in the comments, but I've gotten so disciplined at buying during the bear market that when the price went up to 72 cents a few weeks ago, I literally was bummed out because I was like, man, if it would just go down one more time. Don't send me hate mail. Don't send me mean comments. But I know for a fact that most of you are like, have you lost your ever-loving mind? Let's get this thing to the moon. But I'm telling you, I've gotten so disciplined because I know that true wealth is acquired in a down market, right? I equate it to, farming, right? When you're in a down market, that's planting season. When you're in a green market and things are taking off and mooning, well, that's harvest time, right? And that to me is how I try to look at it, because it is very easy to get mixed up as an investor and think to yourself, well, I'll buy some when it starts going up a little bit. It might not be able to catch it, right? And why would you do that? I never go to the store and say, how much are those sneakers? Well, they're $120, but they're on sale today for 50% off. I'll come back and get them when they're full price. It just, there's a psychological battle that goes on, and I'm so proud of myself, if you will, just that I've been able to shatter that kind of mindset to understand what I'm doing in a bear market. At least I hope so. We'll see. And we're going to see soon, apparently, because Crypto Bull and other technical analysis, this is not financial advice, none of this, but God bless the technical analysis TA people out here, right? Because someone's got to do it, and it's tough to do TA in this market comparatively to the traditional stock market and things of that nature, because you don't have true price discovery on these assets in the digital asset space. That's how new the emerging market is. We don't have the ETFs and the future contracts with dailies, monthly, quarterly. I know they do it out of crypto facilities out of London, but broadly, we don't have a large enough market, and we don't have the ETFs to counter and to get this, short and long business on products on top of the asset to be able to properly get price discovery the way we do in the traditional markets of commodities or stocks. So I appreciate what they do very much, and it doesn't mean that they'll be right. I just like to give a little shout out to Crypto Bull, Blockchain Backer, and everybody else out here, and Cryptopolis. By the way, you can follow Cryptopolis on onlycoin.io, who's doing daily calls on TA for the market right now, which is extremely exciting. The guy is a wealth of knowledge. Shout out to Cryptopolis. So we're looking at a potential in the next few days, right? The next 10 or so days here of a $3 XRP by the end of this month, in the next 10 days. That is exciting to me. Here, looking a little further down the chart here, Crypto Bull says also, and he's not alone in this. I'm just choosing to celebrate Crypto Bull here, but there's many others out here making these very similar calls here. Combined move from November to February will be around 7,000% for XRP. Holy moly. The next move will be the most explosive, leading us past the all-time high. Now, that is extremely exciting to me, because at 57 cents, I'm going to go ahead and run the numbers. Let's just go ahead and say we get the 7,000% move here, just so we can know what it is. Let's just see what it is. That puts us at a $39.90 XRP. What I find interesting about that, I think it was summer of 2019, Susan Athey from Ripple had done a fair market valuation of XRP and had it somewhere around, I think it was right around $35 or $36. I'm sure one of you will remember. You can put it in the comments. But that, to me, is very interesting. Look, when I think about the idea of getting the regulatory clarity, we think about the idea of understanding that MoneyGram has already proved that we have a use case that is successful and can turn a company around like MoneyGram. MoneyGram was in a horrible way before Ripple partnered with them. Make no mistake about that. It is the second largest remittance company in the world. But seeing those real-time examples, understanding the years of work that they have done with banks that we are well aware of, the size of RippleNet as it is today, and ODL, it would make sense to me that something like this could happen in a very parabolic way, if you will. Because when you have that many companies and areas of industry getting the clarity they need, They already understand. Most of them have done the test pilots and the simulations running parallel to their daily workflows. So it's not out of the realm of possibility to see something like that happen. And looking a little further, I don't think it's any outside of the realm to think that we could hit $100 either. Calling for that later in 2021. We could even see $100 from Crypto Bull as well here. The $10 to $20 within the next month or so is fine with me. $100 would start to really get into the neighborhood of where I'm talking about, of moving closer to 4 or 5 digits, because I truly believe that the central banking system is going to build, and has already probably more than likely built, that private network on top of the XRP Ledger open source technology to do exactly what they intend to do, as they've expressed at the World Economic Forum, which is to build central bank digital currencies and use XRP and JPM coin for inter and intrabank settlement. A bridge currency to the world. That's where we're at today on this day. And before I leave you, I just want to give you this. This is a mantra that drives me every day. Shout out to James Rule XRP. You can get everything in your life you want if you will just help enough other people get what they want. God bless and God rest Zig Ziglar's soul. That has left an indelible mark on my life, and it is absolutely a mantra for me. And I hope in some way before I get out of here today, I've been able to do just that and help somebody out here. So hit the like and subscribe, leave a comment below, make sure you share with somebody you know, and hit that notification bell. Make sure you check out all the links in the description and the comment section, because they are trusted products and services that I use, and more importantly, they are trusted, vetted links. Ladies and gentlemen, FYI, public service announcement, there are tons of imposters impersonating my YouTube channel, my Twitter account, my emails. I'm getting responses now left and right, and I just want to encourage everyone to know I will never contact you unless it's through my newsletter, which comes from digitalperspectivesnews@gmail.com. And I will never ask you to sign up or join for a money deal or some profit-making opportunity. It's never going to happen. So make sure you're very, very careful what you click on. And that's one of the many reasons that I provide those links in my description box and comment section. Those are the trusted links to look at if I propose anything to you at all. And that's where you will find them. All right, that's going to do it for me. I will catch all of you on the next one.